Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you so much for clicking on this pick a card reading. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the person on your mind. What are their most recent feelings for you? So all you need to do to find out is choose one of these three cards, 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose one of the three images that will pop onto your screen now. Take as long as you need to make your choice. And once you've made it, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. And you'll also find the link to my website, so if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that's where you'll find all the information. So let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Hi Group 1. So let's take a look at the person on your mind and what are they feeling for you now? I've been away for a couple of weeks because I have been ill. I had a bit of a cold. I still have a bit of a lingering cough, so my apologies. At times I may need to cough. Actually, right now as I say it, I need to cough. One sec. Oh, so we've got it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay, your person is feeling fired up in some way here. We have meditation or meditate and contemplate. Yeah, let me just get one more before I say anything else. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Yeah, so you've either very recently spoken to them or they're thinking about the last thing you said to them, okay? Because this person feels like there's unfinished business here. They don't feel like it's over, okay? If that's something you were wondering, okay? This person does feel like there's more to come here. They want more from this, okay? They feel like they want to come towards you. They feel very attracted to you, okay, on a physical level. But also there's something about your face that's coming through here, Group 1. This person really feels drawn in by your face. Aries rules the head. But also I'm noticing these two faces here in the Gemini card. And the eyes here I'm seeing on the fish, something about your eye contact being very strong, very intense. So this might be like a workplace crush, or maybe this is someone that you met whilst traveling or socializing, but you just caught each other's eyes. Okay, that might be something that's really, really strong between the two of you is eye contact. Okay, but it could also be your person likes to stare into your eyes quite a lot. So this might even be through photos of yours. They may just kind of, I don't know, I get this feeling of them staring at a photo of you or staring at their message screen and feeling like they need to connect. So I don't know, I kind of get almost a bit of a shy side from your person at times. Like you kind of intimidate them a little bit, and certainly not on purpose. Maybe for some of you, you might do that on purpose, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's just the extent of how they feel, like they feel so incredibly drawn to you and they think you're so, so beautiful or so attractive. And yeah, it kind of throws them off a little bit. 1 second, I just need to cough again. God. So it's a pain in the ass. Because one of those things that when I talk, it irritates it. I don't know if I'm going to get through this reading. If I get through this reading, you're lucky today, Group 1, or the rest of the groups. I mean, this is the thing. I'm only on Group 1 and I'm struggling. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if you'll even see this reading. I don't know. If I can't get through it, I can't get through it. We work. Let's try. Let's get some more information, but it's hard because I really want to do this reading. Every other part of me feels great. It's just the throat, the chest. But anyway, the answers you need are coming. So this is why I feel like your person's going to reach out as well. Or they're certainly thinking about it. So they may have even composed a message in their notes app. Or they're staring at like a WhatsApp screen or something, where maybe even Snapchat for some of you. I don't know. Whatever way that you would usually communicate with each other, I feel like that's where they keep looking, and that's where they're like staring at your name and staring at your photo. Okay, we've got Goddess of the Moon. Yeah, they may be in a little bit of like Delulu land, okay, because that can happen with Pisces energy, but also Goddess of the Moon with it being in reverse, they're not really following their intuition right now. So their own intuition could be throwing them off. They may not have the greatest self-awareness, which you may know about them, you may not. What was that that flew out? Okay, so we have community. So there could be third-party interferences within this connection. You may know of that. Okay, it might be something, you are aware of. There could be another person involved here. It could be an interfering friend or a family member or a work colleague. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic interference, but there is some kind of interference here. Could even be, again, their own social life. So it's not to say someone's trying to infiltrate your connection, but they may just be so distracted by other people at the moment. So that could be something that's caused them to hold back or cause them to behave in a particular way towards you. Especially with the Gemini and the Pisces, I'm getting that this person is definitely showing you two very distinct sides to themselves. So this could have manifested as very hot and cold, on and off, being very, very sweet and loving in one moment and then so detached, cold, blunt or sharp in the next. So yeah, there's definitely this kind of up and down, on and off situation I'm getting here. And maybe you don't always know how your person is going to act towards you or what they're going to say. You don't always know the type of reaction you'll get from them. Like this person could be also giving you kind of intermittent feelings of attention. So sometimes they might reply straight away. Other times they could take hours or days or they don't reply at all. So you may be struggling to know that's probably why you're here in this reading, feeling confused because you don't know where you stand because their two faces are quite extreme in different directions. So yeah, it must be quite tough for you. But let's see, let's get some more information. How is your person feeling about you? Okay, so we've got the heart chakra here, but it is in reverse. So there is a block going on there in their heart space. Man holding a coin. Okay. So, I mean, it's clear they want to come back towards you. They still feel a desire for you, but they're not open and vulnerable right now with their hearts. They are keeping their feelings at bay. I don't feel like they're ready or willing to share how they feel with you right now. Okay, this is them still being quite closed off. For some of you, if you had an argument, if they said to you you've done something wrong or you've hurt or upset them, they may still be holding on to that as a grudge. Or this might be that if they've hurt you and they know it, they could be holding on to guilt and regret of what they did. But they still may not be in a place where they're ready to rectify it. Because again, sometimes it takes a while for people to respond to these things. Like it reminds me of a video I saw recently, and I'm sure we've all seen them, where there's like a honey trap and they're watching their partner get chatted up by someone else and how they react. And so they go and confront them and then it all unfolds. And it's so much of the time that person being confronted won't even say a lot. It's almost like they go into freeze mode a lot. And obviously each person is different how they react to these things, but I don't know why, but I'm getting your person being more in that kind of freeze energy where they don't fight, but they don't flight. They just, I don't know, they just go mute and just do nothing. So, and again, it's not to say that they won't, it's just in that very moment when, I don't know, maybe you did catch them out in a lie or something, okay? And you're wondering, why are you not begging on your knees, apologizing and doing all those things you should be doing? Like, why are you the one that's gone cold? Or why are you the one that's disappeared, even when you were the one that did me wrong? Okay, that's the energy that I'm getting. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I feel like your person is definitely very much focused on earthly matters. So they could be focused a lot on their money, on their career, on their reputation. One sec. We're still going. We are still going. But I am getting this sense here as well, even with this earthly energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that they've got some kind of grounded feeling about you. So whether it's you've known this person for a long time, or they've got this feeling of, I don't know, I'm getting a bit of nostalgia here. Like where they do go back, they reminisce about times that you shared together, or maybe even shared fantasies you had about the future, and they kind of keep going back over that. And they feel almost this sense of comfortability when they think of the idea of you or being together. But that's the thing, it's the idea of you, because sometimes this person can be a little bit of a fantasist, and they may struggle to always live in reality when it comes to relationships. I feel like they are very good at focusing on reality when it comes to their career, when it comes to money, or when it comes to their health. But when it comes to relationships, this is where I feel like they can kind of dip in and out. Sorry, I just knocked the mic. Where they can dip in and out of fantasy and not seeing things that clearly, and then sort of coming back down to reality, taking the rose-tinted glasses off. And that's the thing with them as well, that they may struggle at times putting two and two together, because if they're always in fantasy land and thinking how things should be, and then when the reality sets, it's like their expectations aren't met, and it's their own fault for having these ridiculously high expectations of romantic love. Okay, and I just feel like with that Pisces energy, they have this kind of lover girl, lover boy energy about them. Like they do believe in love, they believe in true love, they believe in like romanticism. They have that there inside them, even if they have pushed it away for a while. I feel like it's something that's very natural within them. Like they may have seen that with their family or their parents. The way that they loved each other could have been quite romantic or movie-like in some way, but it may be as well, even if they might have had a really tough upbringing, and they leaned into watching romantic things, romantic films or movies, or romanticizing music as a way to escape and as a way to feel that love, or to connect with that love that they weren't experiencing or that they weren't witnessing whilst they were growing up. Okay, maybe even in their past relationships, if that's something that they struggled with. So it may be that, the leaning into fantasy is where is comfortable for them, because we only fantasize about things that we want to fantasize about ultimately. And so that is a place of comfort. And I do feel your person can definitely get into that space when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love. But let's get some more information. Group 1, the person on your mind, what are their most recent feelings? This one flipped around, so we've got next month. Okay, so that could be a moment in which things do turn around here. That could be the moment they find the courage and the strength to actually reach out, because clearly they're thinking about it, clearly they want to speak to you, they clearly aren't done. There is unfinished business, even if they are in some ways detached. Okay, they still want to return. And I feel like something's happening next month here. Something's gonna spike, it's gonna trigger them. Gifts, okay, so it could be somebody's birthday, could be your birthday coming up, so naturally that would feel like a good opening for them to reach out, to send you a gift, so they might actually send you something. Could be their birthday, of course. Maybe you reach out to them first and just say happy birthday, and then things could then snowball from there, potentially. We'll see. But it could also be just in general. Obviously, next month it's coming up to the holiday season. They may just be thinking of, sending you a gift. Or maybe that's a way of apologizing, or a way of getting back in your good books or something. Could also be their love language. That could be the way that they feel they best express themselves when it comes to their love, especially when they can be a bit closed. Oftentimes people that focus so much on the material world and showing love through material things can often have blocks within the heart chakra. Okay, but it's not to say that gifts are necessarily impersonal. Some gifts can be impersonal, and some gifts can be incredibly personal, caring, and sweet. So, and I feel like your person can kind of lean on both sides here. They do have a very natural, caring, and empathic side where they know you, they feel you, and they may feel what it is that you need, and whether that's a gift or whether it's something else. But it may be that it manifests best for them through gifts. So let's see, the person on your minds, what are their most recent feelings for you? So sorry, guys. I know it's not what you need to hear, but I know all of you are so sweet and caring, and I know you don't want me to also experience this coughing, but it'll go. Anyway, so we've got November, which is interesting because I'm recording this in October and it says next month, November. Now, obviously, it's a timeless reading though, so you could be watching this at any point, okay? So maybe the month of November is going to be a bit of a turning point here for you and your person. Definitely. It could be, you know, what's on their mind as well at the moment, where they're wondering, okay, I will return, I will reach out, or I will send them a gift in November. Oh, that was weird. Kind of threw that one out. Let's see what that says on the back. We've got soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. Wow. So yeah, maybe they do see this as a soul contract between you, and yeah, that they have learned a lot from this. They've learned a lot from you. They've learned a lot from the experience of knowing you. But then we've got habits. I don't know if we will ever change. So in their mind, yeah, they do wonder whether you can both make it work, because they may be seeing, yes, they need to make some habit changes, but maybe you do as well. Okay, so could be related to literal like habits, addictions, that kind of thing. Maybe you don't always align in that respect, or like maybe you both do have separate addictions and you both feel like you need to work through it, and they do wonder whether you can do this together. But this could also be in terms of being able to get on the same page in your relationship, because habits makes me think of the 6th house, and the 6th house represents routine and structure and those things we do on a daily basis, like working, or like those habits that we do for good or for bad. And so I feel like your person does think about the day-to-day things and how this would actually work, especially if there is, say, long distance between the two of you. They may be thinking about the logistics of the distance and how this could tangibly work. Okay, if there were any other obstacles here, like how, if your works, for example, your work schedules are very conflicted. One of you could work days and one of you could work nights, and then you're like ships crossing in the night. So whatever it may be, it feels like there's something about the daily routines and habits that do need to shift here in order for things to move forwards. Certainly from your person's perspective, it very may well be on your perspective as well, group 1, but from your person's side of things, they are thinking about that logical, practical side of things too. Okay, because we have that grounded earthly energy, as well as that Piscean, dreamy, fantasy energy. So they definitely dip into both sides, and that may be as well where you see different sides to them. As sometimes you're going to see that more logical side, and other times you're going to see that more open, caring, spiritual side. But any last cards of information, please? Let's see what's coming through the person on your mind. How are they feeling about you? Okay. So we've got, you deserve love. You are lovable. Which I think is kind of cute, because we've got the bow and arrow there, the Cupid's arrow. It's like the Cupid's arrow strikes. So I kind of feel like that's how they feel, that there was, like, again, you know, I was saying about eye contact, like when you first made eye contact, there was something really powerful about that. And they almost feel like they have been hit with that Cupid's arrow, okay, when it comes to you. And they definitely see all of the lovable qualities and traits about you. We've got very soon. Clearly decide what it is you want so that it comes to you now. There we go. Oh, that adds another layer. We've got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So that could be something that was interfering. Could have been an ex. Could have been on your side. Could have been on theirs. Okay, but somebody may have had a lingering ex in the picture. But now that energy is clearing. It's being let go of. But yeah, the very soon, I feel like this is your person. They want to come back to you. They want to come towards you, full stop. Okay, for some of you, this could be an ex. This could be an ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, situationship. Could have been something serious, not so serious, regardless. Okay, for most of you, I feel like there's history here. For some of you, if this is a brand new connection, they're thinking about when you can actually come together on a date or in some form of intimacy. They definitely want to get close to you because, firstly, I'd say it's more about how attracted they are to you. They really, really feel like almost magnetized to you. Like they can't stop coming towards you, even if they try. Okay, some moments I feel like they're able to control themselves, and other times they feel like they just almost like they need a hit of you. They need a fix of you. So be a bit cautious with that energy. Again, with that addictive quality, it's like you really trigger off a lot of dopamine receptors in their brain. So Just remember that, because that's part of the reason they just feel like, oh my God, I need to get back to group one. That's what I keep getting from your person. So it's almost like this sense of urgency they feel. But any last pieces of information from the Astro Dice? So we have the South Node. So yeah, the South Node represents the past. So it definitely feels like this is some kind of past connection here. We've got the energy of Taurus, and we have the number 12. 12 represents the 12th house of Pisces. So again, more Pisces energy. But 12 could also be a time frame or a date, specifically when your person may come in, may reach out to you, when your relationship may take form into something else. Okay, it may elevate, for example. We shall see. But so it could be the 12th of the month, could be 12 days from now, could be 12 weeks. Could also be the 12th month of December. We did have November here too. So it could be the like sort of deepest, darkest part of winter, maybe the time in which things will move forwards, transform. And with Taurus here as well, I mean, someone could actually have strong or dominant Taurus in their chart. But Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love and beautiful relationships. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely this Venusian influence that I see here. But I also just felt guided to tell you that if you're wanting some improvements in your love life, ask Venus for guidance. Ask for Venus's love and support, because Venus will help you. I just feel like there's a need here, whether it's about this person specifically or just in general. I feel like you're being guided to ask for Venus's help and Venus's support. And especially on the day of Friday. Friday is the day ruled by Venus. So, and if you could even time it within the planetary hour of Venus, that would be so much better. You can look that up online. It happens twice a day. Usually the first time is around 2 to 3 p.m. GMT time, or I find it's like 10 p.m. at night, again GMT time. So 2 times a day as the most powerful, and you have that with each planetary day as well. But each planet will rule a different day and will have a specific planetary hour. Anyway, enough about that. But I just felt called to share that with you today, group number 1. But if this resonated with you or you enjoyed the reading, I would love to hear your thoughts. So please do leave a comment below. Either leave a pink emoji or anything else you wish to share. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, either an email reading, a video reading, or a 24-hour emergency reading, the link to my website is below. And if you click on that, you'll also find all of my other services that I offer, such as Feng Shui consultations, because getting the energy and chi right within your home can create so much more abundance than you realize. If you think about it, it's like stacking all the odds in your favor. So if that's something that's interesting to you, especially if you're looking to move or you've just moved somewhere new, it could be a really great time to re-energize the chi, because I also offer like remote Reiki sessions as well, and healing for the home energy cleansing remotely. So check out that through my website. Again, link is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi group 2. So let's take a look at the person on your mind and what are their most recent feelings for you. Just removing the placeholder. So let's take a look. So I have been away for a couple of weeks because I've been poorly, had a bit of a cold, and now I've got a lingering cough. So just to preface, I will be coughing potentially a few times. I already need to. One sec. And sorry, I do have a mute button on my mic, but sometimes I've done that before and it's cut out the rest of the sound because it's placed in an awkward place and it ends up knocking the cables. So my apologies in advance, but I feel so cool to do this message right now. I mean, I could have waited a bit longer for the cough to dissipate, but I just really felt like I needed to do this today. Anyway, let's see. The person on your mind, what are their feelings for you? Okay, so we've got a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Okay, so, I mean, this person, they could have dominant Virgo or Sagittarius in their chart. You could also. But what I'm seeing at first is that we've got 2 of the mutable signs here. Both are very malleable, flexible, movable. So I don't know if your person is actually traveling at the moment, if they are currently on the move, if they're traveling for work or pleasure, or this could even be a long distance connection. You could be the one that's traveling. They may be thinking about the fact that you're traveling. Especially if you have recently been somewhere, they may be looking at your photos, if you've posted them online or you've sent them to them. They may be, having a little look. Kind of getting a bit of jealousy though, okay? Something about your person being a bit jealous of you has just come through. So, like I said, if you've just been away somewhere, they're kind of jealous about the fact that you've been away and that maybe you had a good time without them, okay? They may have been wondering who you were with, or whether you're still interested in them. That's something as well that I'm channeling here, that your person may be wondering whether you still care, whether you're still interested, whether you've moved on. Yeah, because it feels like this person didn't appreciate you. They didn't show you that they really cared. They undervalued you, okay? And I feel like that's shifted now. And I feel like more so they're starting to see your value than they did at the time when you were actually closer all together, okay? But they weren't able to show you that they really cared or that they could be consistent with you in some way. Maybe they did in the beginning, but then that energy dissipated. They held back. And I don't know, I just get the feeling of being scared, like they felt scared. It triggered some kind of avoidance in them. They may have fearful avoidance or a disorganized attachment style, okay, where they're kind of on and off and sometimes leaning anxious, sometimes leaning into avoidance. There's definitely this on and off here, but the root cause is fear. And I feel like your person may have in the past have had some control issues. And I feel like they were so afraid to lose control and lose power over themselves that it caused them to retreat, caused them to not move forwards on certain things because they were worried if this goes wrong, this is how I may react. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to react that way, or I don't want to feel that intensely. So they've been through things in the past that were so unpleasant, it has caused them to retreat into this shell where they would rather not risk it, rather not risk either being in pain or even causing or inflicting pain. Okay, that's something that they're deeply, deeply afraid of here. But I do feel like they are starting to acknowledge now. They're starting to see that they didn't give enough to this. You may have given a lot more. You may have been a lot more compromising. You may have been the one to say, look, I will clear my schedule. Let's meet up. But they weren't the ones either reciprocating that or offering this, or offering the same, which is the same thing as reciprocation. They weren't giving that to you. Or maybe this is about, I don't know, it could be many things. It doesn't have to be time. It can be money. It can be resources. It can be love, okay? You may feel just in some way like you were just like pouring into this bottomless cup and nothing was coming out of it. It wasn't even filling it up. It's like it just felt like it was draining you. So you may have felt super tired when this connection either came to an end, or if it did come to an end, obviously this might be someone that you're still in contact with, obviously. But I don't know, I'm just getting a very sleepy sense here. So just something to note, because we should always be very careful of connections that drain us to that extent. I've had connections in the past where like I've literally stopped speaking to them for a moment and I've just fallen straight to sleep. I've been on the phone and like they've completely drained all of my energy. And so, I feel like it's just something to mentally note. Do you feel super tired after engaging with this person, especially if you feel like you've been giving? Okay, because this person, I don't know, they're giving me, like they could be appearing at least to be very lucky. Maybe they're quite affluent. And I just heard arrogant as well. I don't know, maybe that's something you kind of like about them, could be, but I don't know. You may not have seen that side to them yet. You may not have seen it, but I do just get a little bit of that arrogance, a dash of arrogance, okay? But let's see. I mean, we've got you're very close to achieving your goals. So this might be something outside of your connection that they're focused on at the moment. They may have this goal, this dream, desire, something that they're trying to meet and reach. So it could be something that is distracting them at the moment when it comes to you. But this could also be in relation to your connection, where they do feel like they're getting closer and closer to getting something from you. Okay, I mean, be careful of that energy, getting something from you. So maybe they feel like, they're trying to win you over or to attain something from you that they haven't yet gotten. I don't know. Could just be even trying to get your attention, especially as, like I said, they're not sure how you feel anymore. So it may even be a little bit of them testing the waters and wondering, should I just give a little? Shall I just see? Is group 2 still interested? They want to know that. That's really something heavily on their mind. Because I kind of get the sense here that they're not either that spiritually open, or they're not asking questions about this spiritually or with other readers. So they're very, very confused. Okay, so the person on your mind, how are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? Magician in the mirror. We've got the woman holding a coin. Again, we've got more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Very strong earth signs. Ooh, that's so funny. Appreciation. Because what did I say in the beginning? That this person, they didn't appreciate you before, but now they do. Now they do. And it's always Sod's law, isn't it? As soon as you don't care, as soon as you detach, you move forwards, you focus on yourself, that's when they always come back. And it feels like this is pretty textbook with this person, because it's like you've turned that energy inwards. You've stopped giving to them. You've started focusing back to you. Like maybe you've been like working a lot harder than usual, or focusing on your health or your fitness, or maybe you've just bought a load of new clothes or makeup, or maybe you've changed your hair, or something about you I feel like has leveled up, like internally and externally, which again may be something that has caused and sparked a little bit of jealousy in your person. I really do get that. I really do get this jealous energy. So yeah, especially if you feel like you're living well, or at least it might appear like that. But I don't know, I just get the sense this person can feel it. They can feel that you are in a much better place and that you're moving towards a much better place. And it's that energy that is drawing them in, because they say the best revenge is success. And I believe that to be so true. Let me know in the comments, do you guys believe that too? I don't know. I just feel like there is nothing better than that, because causing harm to someone, it doesn't benefit you in any way. Whereas being successful and happy is benefiting you, but it's also pissing them off, right? So yeah, it really seems like you living well irks them. And not because they don't want you to be happy, but it's like this person, they don't want you to be happy without them. They want you to be happy with them. They want to be the cause of your happiness. And you might be saying, yeah, well, okay, but they had the opportunity to do that and they didn't take it. But yeah, that's why I feel like this person is kicking themselves now. They are filled with regret, okay? But they are also at this point of strategy, I feel like. Okay, because they do want you back. I do feel like this person wants to win you back around. So they're thinking about it. In the Magician here, they're wondering. Now, this person may have played some hot and cold games, given you this intermittent attention and then pulled it back, which can also be very, very addictive. Okay, this person, yeah, naturally can be a bit of a game player. So just be a little cautious of that. Obviously, that's your prerogative, what you do with this information. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this person feels like they need to pull out some stops, or that they may need to manipulate things in order to get you back. So again, just for you to be a little careful of. Okay, we've got not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime. Maybe that is something that they dip in and out of. They are worried that it won't happen again in this lifetime, or they've missed the boat. They've missed the opportunity with you. Could be. The card of chemistry like tried to flip out then. It did go back in, but I'm not surprised. I do feel like there is a strong chemistry still here. Okay, we've got shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. Oh, hold on. I'm about to drop all these cards. Don't drop. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, you have made this person realize their flaws. You have. I feel like the fact that they've lost you in some way has made them go deep, has made them reflect, has made them realize, wow, if I hadn't have behaved this way, I would still have group 2. Okay, or they may be wondering, why do I sabotage things? Why do I behave this way? Why did I push you away? Okay, or maybe if they have other issues like addictions or something else that they feel like they can't control. Again, maybe their own power and control issues that they struggle with. And the jealousy as well, because maybe they felt like they were healed, or they felt like, they didn't feel these things until they met you, and until you've inspired something within them. And then they've realized, oh, wow, I actually have this deep shadow side to me that is not what I expected, or not what I want. So yeah, they've definitely had some wake up calls, some realizations off the back of this connection with your group 2. Now we have winter. So winter could be a very significant time for your relationship, for your connection. So they could be thinking about reigniting things through the winter months. This might be a time in which they do pull out the stops, they do make an effort, or come back, or reach out. Could be somebody's birthday is coming up during the winter time. But also I'm really drawn in by the fact, look how cold that is. I mean, we know winter's cold, but look at all the snow, and then look at the star there as well. So yeah, there is some coldness here. Your person definitely has this very cold side to them. And I feel like that's a side that you've definitely seen. And then we've got values. We have too many differences. Yeah, so these may be some of the tangible things they wonder about. They may wonder whether you two align. Maybe you both are in different places financially, or in terms of what you want for your future. You could want different things. One of you could want kids, one of you not. One of you may want marriage, the other one may not. So they may be wondering, and maybe this is a reason. They could be extremely picky as well, and to their detriment, where they just assume things, and they assume you're incompatible, or assume you're not going to work out, because that way they get to run away. They get to be avoidant. They get to not attach and get too deep into emotion. Okay, but then that comes under the umbrella of self-sabotage. And again, they go round in circles there. So I think a lot of the time this is in their head. It's not something that they're clearly seeing, but it's a way for them to sabotage the connection in their own mind, to justify it and say, yeah, this is the reason I walked away, or this is the reason it won't work, so I did the right thing. So they do go back and forth in that energy, and that's sometimes in the place of denial. But then they do also come to these moments of realization, again, where they realize what they've done, they realize their shadow side, they realize what an amazing catch you are ultimately, group 2. Let's get one more of these, and then we'll get the romance angels. Oh, we've got September. Okay, so again, could be somebody's birth month is in September. Could be a time in which your connection shifted. Could be a month in which you met. Could be a time in which your connection will shift and will change up. Could be. But it's strong Virgo energy we have with September. Strong Virgo Libra. But let's get some romance angels here, and then I will finish with the Astro dice today. I'm not going to go on do the fishbowl today, just because I'm trying to conserve my throat and to keep the videos slightly shorter. But I promise when my throat's all better, I will do the fishbowl again. So group 2, the person on your mind, what are they feeling for you? So we've got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay. So I feel like with that card, they want to remain positive. They don't want to be in this place of negativity anymore. So there is this part of them that hopes that if they do remain positive, that things could work out for them. But I don't know why. I just feel like they struggle to remain positive a lot of the time. But this is something I feel like they are being guided to do, is to remain positive. But oh my goodness, all the cards fell. But you could also see this as a message for yourself to remain positive about your love life overall. You could say some really positive affirmations rather. Say, I am loved, I am valued, I am worthy. You can even go as far as to say, if this is what you want, everyone I date falls in love with me or something, because our words are like spells that we cast. So depending on what you want, utilize it, and feel free to use this comment section to write your affirmations as well, because writing it down is powerful, and then every time somebody sees it or likes it, it gives it more power. So yeah, feel free to write as many affirmations in the comment section as you like. Okay, we've got express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So yeah, your person is thinking about reaching out to you. They are thinking about making some kind of gesture, which is very sweet. But I wonder what kind of gesture it is. I'm not really getting a material gesture. We've got religious factors. What is the gesture that they're trying to make here? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. It feels more like physical, like intimate, like them touching you. Physical touch might be their main love language. So this might be somebody that you see regularly in person, or it may be somebody that you bump into. They may just like want to give you a big hug, want to spoon you, want to kiss you. I definitely get like very sweet, intimate, like touchy vibes. Like this person really wants to touch you. So don't mean necessarily in a crude way, but in that sense, they just want that like skin to skin contact with you. They feel like that's the way that they'll feel the best and they'll feel most bonded to you in some way. So they may just ask that. They might say that in a message. They might on a phone call and just say, look, I want to be near you. Can we please arrange to meet up? I just want to be close to you. They want that. Okay, but I mean, we've got religious factors here. So yeah, there could be differences in spiritual beliefs. Okay, that could be also something connected to values, something that they wonder, like, are you on the same page with believing the same things, or are you aligning in that way? Could be. But anyway, let's get some astro dice to see any other messages about how they feel. Okay, so interesting, we've got Sagittarius again. We've also got the number 5, and we have Saturn. So Saturn is the elder, so it could be that there's a bit of an age difference here. Either you're a lot older than them, or they may be a lot older than you. Okay, it could even be that you're both older and both more mature, in a place where, you know, you're ready for something serious, but at the same time, with Sagittarius here, there's a need for freedom. There's a need for independence, exploration. So yeah, it may be your person feels a little bit conflicted in that respect, because they want that freedom to do what they want, to travel, to just be themselves. But then they also want that structure. They want that commitment. So yeah, again, this is why they may even appear to act differently on different days, different weeks, different months. You may get different vibes from them because it depends what area like they're focused on the most. But it may also be, again, this area of tension because they want two things that don't necessarily coincide with each other that well. It can still work, but it's not always that easy. Okay. But then that's the thing. It's like you can be committed to each other, but also give each other a lot of free reign to be independent, to be free. So something to consider. But so it's certainly something that's on your person's mind, up for consideration. Now, the number 5, again, represents change, travel, freedom, movement. So yeah, I definitely feel like either your person's on the move a lot or they think about you being on the move a lot. But I feel like they also want to explore with you. They may actually want to travel with you. So that could be something that they create as a proposition. Okay, they may offer to take you away somewhere or to meet up, especially if you do live at a distance. Okay, they may try to bridge that gap between the two of you. Now, 5 could also be a time frame. Oh my goodness, sorry, I just knocked the mic crazy. I hope that wasn't too loud. Yeah, it could be that this happens, like they might reach out or offer you an invitation within 5 days. It could be 5 weeks, 5 months, the 5th month of the year, which is Taurus season, May. Okay, it could also be the 5th of next month that you're watching this. It could be 5 days from now. Timing is always fluid and changeable though, so always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, but I truly do hope that this resonates with your group too. If it does, please comment a blue emoji or anything else you wish to share. I would love, love, love to hear your thoughts. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, either an email reading or a video reading, the link to my website is below. And if you go to my website, you'll also see that I offer other services such as energy home clearing. So if feel like you've got bad energy in your home, I come in remotely and cleanse it for you through a deep Reiki meditation. So I can help clear the energies in your home if needed, but also I offer Feng Shui consultations, which are much more in depth and will go around your entire home and talk about those areas and what they mean specifically related to Feng Shui and what area of your life that part of your house represents too, because you can place symbolism in those areas, which will help you create more of those manifestations that you desire in your life. So You can always get a combination of those services if it's something you're interested in, especially if you are thinking of moving homes or you have just moved homes. It can be a really great way to, start that transformation process. So if that's something that interests you, check out my website below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, Group 3. So let's take a look at the person on your mind. And what are their most recent feelings for you? Okay, I was away for a little while because I've had a really bad cold and I've still got a bit of a lingering cough. So just to preface, I probably will cough a few times or once or twice. And I can't mute the mic because it's in a really awkward position and it ends up knocking the wire, which affects the rest of the audio. So anyway, preface over, let's take a look. The person on your mind, what are their most recent feelings for you? So we have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So your person does believe there is something fated about your connection, something karmic. Oh, look at all this purple. Third eye connection here. A time for healing, Balsamic Moon. Wow. Oh my God, stop. Look, more purple. A little bit of pink in there, but more purple. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So yeah. Oh, and I'm actually, oh my God, look how goosebumpy I'm getting. This is the first pile I've got goosebumpy for. First pile I've done in a while that I've got this goosebumpy for. What is going on? Oh my God. Oh. So yeah, you and your person definitely have this like psychic telepathic connection. You share thoughts, you share dreams, okay, with this person. Like they are highly intuitive, highly intuitive. And I get the sense that you are as well, Group 3. You're both intuitive beings. You both naturally may lean into spirituality. Even if your person isn't inherently spiritual, they're still very, very psychic, even if they don't realize it. Like they may just think that they're super lucky and that, oh, I'm always in the right place at the right time, or like I'm just always right about these things. That's how they may term it logically. But yeah, and maybe they are in some ways, but in a big way, they're not always accounting for the fact that they're so intuitive. Like their gut instinct is right and they follow their instincts. And that's what leads them into these lucky places where things are going well. So yeah, very, very interesting. But you may also notice the color purple is strong in your connection in other ways, or in a very literal way. Like maybe one of you was wearing purple when you first met, or one of you, like maybe you went to a restaurant and it was like a purple decoration, or someone decorates their home in purple, or someone has a purple phone case, or even a purple car. I know that's really rare to see a purple car, but like I said, there's something about the purple here, but also something kind of regal that I'm getting, as purple can be quite significant of regality. So yeah, I don't know if your person kind of gives off that kind of regal air about them. Like they're very important, they're very poised, very graceful, very well-to-do. Like maybe this person is like old money vibes, or they might have like generational wealth. Very much could be. They could be part of aristocracy, or like a family that has a legacy. Okay, now even if they don't have that gifted down to them, they may just have that air about them. Some people just have that aura that stands out in some way, and this person definitely has it. They have it for sure. But I feel like you have it too, Group 3. And I feel like this is what they admire about you. Like you stand out to them. And maybe that's in part as well because they recognize qualities within themselves are reflected in you when they look at you, when they talk to you, when they think about you. But yeah, I mean, there's something here where they feel they need to step out of their comfort zone. Like they need to take some kind of action that feels maybe a little bit daunting or a bit scary to them. They may feel intimidated. Now, especially if you had any kind of disagreement or argument previously, they may be too afraid to come back in at this moment. I mean, we've got a time for healing there in the center. So it may be that there is, at the moment, things are going through a healing, and either whether they upset you or you upset them, or you may have both jointly been very upset with what's happened in the connection. But it seems like this is the energy of peace, calm, like not a lot really going on. but then the energy is gaining momentum. So something is picking back up here. So yeah, if they've been super quiet lately, I don't feel like they will be for too much longer. Okay, it seems like there's a spark here. There's this energy of movement in the air with your person. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. Maybe they are someone that's traveling a lot as well. They could actually and very literally be on the move, traveling or moving, relocating homes. But let's see, what are their current feelings? The person on your mind, group 3, what are their current feelings? Okay, so we've got financial and material gains, or changes rather, which is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Now we've got 2 red bordered cards. Ooh, and then trapped in fear. I just want to get one more for your person. One more, please. Oh, and the number 8 again, emotional withdrawal. Okay, your person is feeling drawn back to you. Okay, I mean, we've got the 8 of Cups here, which is, yeah, feeling emotionally drawn back to the past. Okay, so yeah, if this was a connection where you split, you took some time apart, they are feeling like they miss you. They want to come back towards you. They want to reconnect with you. Okay, and it's causing them a lot of anxiety. I feel like your person has been losing sleep over this. Maybe you've even been aligning them. Like, you may not realize it, especially if you're in no communication right now. And you might be having some sleepless nights and not realizing that your person on the other side, wherever they live, they're also struggling with sleepless nights. Okay, I really just get that feeling of you both struggling and mirroring each other in many ways. Okay, but they definitely miss you. If that's something you were wondering, they do miss you. Okay, unless if this is a very brand new connection and you've never even spoken before, then it may be that they're drawn back to an ex. Okay, but that will only be for a very small select few of you that don't even really know this person. If this is a crush you've just seen once from afar and you know that they can't have that kind of feeling for you yet, then that's what's going on, that they're not quite done with an ex, and that could be causing them a lot of stress. Okay, but for those of you where you have had a connection, a situationship, things have been a little bit on and off, or there's been distance between you, they do long for it. They long for you. They long to connect for you. They long to connect with you. But yeah, they definitely are an overthinker though. They're very much up in their upper chakras a lot of the time. Again, in their third eye, their throat chakra, their crown. But this is why I feel like a lot of the time they feel drawn into their body. They may be somebody that's very sporty, very competitive, very athletic. You may notice that they always like to be on the go because their mind is so overactive. It's like if they stop for too long, they spin out, okay? Or they go into this negative and downward spiral mentally. So they know that they need to keep busy, they need to keep active, because you know that phrase, idle hands make for the devil's work. It truly does apply to this person, because when they don't have that much to do, their mind goes into some very dark places, and they may lean into addictions or things that are not healthy or good for them. So it's like for them to be able to keep on some level or the straight and narrow, they need to keep busy. They need to be focusing on work and money, on health and fitness, being in their physical body. So yeah, when you see that this person is focusing a lot on the physicality, it's almost like you can tell this person's trying to get out of their head more so. But again, it's so key. This is what helps them to feel healthy within. I mean, we all need to have a balanced life, of course, and have an element of exercise and keeping busy with certain things, but some people need it more than others. Not everybody's brains are overactive, okay, but your person's definitely is. And because of all this mirroring going on here, you very may well identify with having the same thing, okay? And maybe you feel like you need to be, moving a lot in your body just to get out of your head sometimes. So either way, your person has gone through something and it feels like something painful recently. So they may have recently lost a job, they may have been sick, they may have had like an injury of some kind, maybe something actually related to the hands, the fingers, the arms, okay? But could be, I'm just getting like either arms or legs, something about arms and legs, like the extremities of our body. Something, yeah, they might be having like a muscle spasm or nerve issue, damage, could be. Could even be like a recurring injury that keeps obviously recurring for them. But yeah, they've experienced a loss and they're not coping that well with it at the moment. Okay. And I feel like it's also connected to you. Like if you left them, if you rejected them, they're not dealing well with it. Okay. But I feel like at one time or another, there was this equal give and take, and they felt like there was this equal give and take. And I felt like they were really looking at you as being someone as part of their future. They could see you being in their future one day, because that's this energy that I get them like looking ahead and seeing like you are somebody that really ticked pretty much all of their boxes. Okay. And they saw that you two could really truly flourish together, and that there was this lovely element of reciprocity between the two of you. But it just doesn't seem to be in that place right now. But it's where they want it to be, though. The energy is gaining momentum. They want it to gain momentum. They want more traction here. They want a deeper, more solid connection with you. Now we've got November, which is really interesting. That's come through a couple of times today. So not in this particular pile, but it's come through in other readings. So November seems to be a very key month here, especially for relationships where things are about to change. Okay. So that may be when you see this person, maybe that's when they will have more of this energy to come towards you. And yeah, they may invite you somewhere. They may apologize. They may try to smooth things over. Could also be somebody's birthday month. Okay. Or could even be, if this is somebody you've known for a while, could be the last November. Something monumental shifted here in your connection. It could be. We've also got April. So again, April could also be a very significant month here, a birth month, when something did occur, when something will occur. So just put those 2 months to the back of your mind for now, especially if you know something didn't occur in those months yet. Could be the following year, the following time frame is when things are going to kind of make a change here. But let's see. The person on your mind, what are their most recent feelings for you? We've got self-love, I'm still trying to heal. And we had that balsamic moon there, didn't we, as well? The healing energy. So they are trying to heal something here. They are trying to focus on themselves and coming to a more healthy place. So yeah, I think that that's really positive, because your person is trying to be self-aware. They are trying to evolve and to work on, maybe bad habits that they have or negative traits that they have. They're not somebody that is unable to see their shadow side. They can see their shadow side, and they're trying to work through it, but they're also trying to work on any pain that has been caused to them, whether it's from you or whether it's from external sources. And then we've got detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. What did I say about this person's mind? It's so much is about them clearing their mind. And it may be as well, if they did end this prematurely with you, then that's the reason why, one of the reasons why. Okay, because they may have felt by continuing the relationship, it was causing them to overthink things. So if you notice them being a little bit anxious with you, a little bit jealous, or if they seems like they were very intense or very attached to you, they may have purposefully pulled back so they could find some peace in their own mind. So yeah, let's just see. But I mean, they have detached, or they're trying to detach mentally, but emotionally they still feel pulled towards you. Regret. I wish this never happened. So they do have regrets. And I don't feel like they have regret about this whole connection with you. Like that they don't wish this connection happened. But I feel like they have regrets about some of the things that they said or did, or things that they didn't say. I feel like it's something that they didn't do or didn't say, rather than something that they actually said that they regret. Like if there was an opportunity to meet up or to take action, they didn't take it. And they feel like, oh, I wish that I'd done that, or I wish I'd done this differently. So yeah, they're not happy with the overall outcome here. And then unsatisfied. I wasn't happy with the way things were going. So yeah, again, it's like they've self-sabotaged here. Because even this is the thing, all relationships take work. And sometimes you have to sit through those uncomfortable feelings that arise in order to sustain a relationship. Because there are going to be uncomfortable moments. And if every couple broke up when things got uncomfortable, no one would ever stay in a couple ever. So But it can be incredibly hard, especially if you or them, if you've been hurt a lot before. Naturally, the people that are the most sensitive are the people oftentimes that will cut and run more quickly because they don't want to experience the depth and the pain again. So they run. But either way, yeah, something about this, they didn't feel happy or satisfied with where it was going. Whatever the obstacles that were splitting the two of you up, whether it was distance, long distance, emotional distance, okay, other people interfering, work schedules. There are so many factors, obviously, that can come into play. Family connections, issues. But yeah, something about this connection they weren't happy with. I mean, we just had this one. It flew out and landed on my lap. We've got deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask. So yeah, they may not have been able to show you the real them. They may have struggled to be able to show you the real them. But at the same time, you're intuitive and you picked it up. You could see through to them. And that, I feel like, actually is something that kind of scared them a little bit. Because they're not used to other people seeing through them. They're used to being able to wear this mask and being able to keep this side of themselves back. But they know with you, like, you just unveil it like that. Like, you get it. Like, you see through them, you get them, you understand them. Which in one way they like, but in the other way it does scare them, okay? Now, we've also got engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it may be that this is something that they are thinking about. So I dropped too many there. They're thinking that you could be someone that they could get engaged to, or at least elevate the connection. Say if it's in situationship status, they may want to elevate it to relationship status. Or maybe this is like moving in together, or one day getting married or having children. But something about this, they do want to elevate. Maybe not at this very moment, but moving forwards, okay? Because it is ascending to a higher level of commitment in some way, or certainly when it comes to their feelings. This is the thing. This is why I feel like they get very confused, because they do want this. They do want a higher level of commitment, but they deep down are afraid. They're afraid to lose that high level of commitment. That's what it is. And it's almost like, if I don't ever have it, then I can't lose it. Which is quite a sad place really to be for your person. But anyway, we've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So yeah, if you're wondering whether your person does genuinely feel something for you, they do. They definitely do. They feel those feels. They have those romantic feelings for you. They are real and they are worth exploring. And that's what they want to do. This gives me like Rhett Butler and Scarlett O'Hara vibes. If you've seen Gone with the Wind, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I just feel like there is this very, very intense chemistry here that your person feels. Very, very much so. And it gives me, like, again, very old school love. So your person might be quite of an old soul, I'm getting. Like, they could be very naturally chivalrous, or a gentleman if they're obviously a masculine energy, or a very kind of traditional female. Something about tradition is really coming through here. Now, yes, they might have some very unique modern sides to them, but I don't know, when it comes to love, I feel like they do have these old school values. Even if they don't feel like they can express those fully or be open to exploring them, I feel like deep down to the core, that's who they really are, and that's how they really connect. Maybe they used to watch a lot of old movies or something growing up, or with family, or just maybe that's something that they're into. But let's get some astro dice now, just to see any other information that's coming through. Okay, so we have the number 2. So this could be a time frame. Oh, where did it go? Where did the 2 go? This could be a time frame in which they might reach out, or that the connection may elevate. So it could be 2 days from now, could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months, could be 2 years. I have to say it could be 2 years because it could be, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be that long. But it could also be by the 2nd of next month when you're watching this. 2 is definitely significant. It might even be a number you've been seeing a lot in synchronicity. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I obviously must have done that, but I'm sure it was Pluto and Gemini. But I feel like I need to re-roll them because I just picked them up. So I'm going to do it one more time. How funny. Okay, I trust in the process. So we've got Sagittarius and we have Uranus. So Sagittarius can represent long distance travel, but also higher learning. So This could be somebody that you learn a lot of lessons from. They may learn a lot from you. It could be a long distance connection, could be a lot of travel involved. Your person could actually travel a lot for work, for example. You could as well. Okay, it may be as well that you will travel together. That could be something that you do together as a couple. You might enjoy exploring new places together. And then we also have Uranus, which is the planet of shock and change, things being very unexpected. So you might be a bit of an unconventional couple, even though there's that element of tradition that I was saying. Maybe there is some other element of your connection that is non-conventional, that is non-traditional. But also in terms of their feelings may also take them by surprise a lot of the time. They may not always expect to feel what they're feeling. So yeah, like sudden feelings of jealousy could arise for them, or sudden feelings of missing you could come out of the blue, even if they feel like they're moving forwards or they've let you go, and then suddenly something triggers them and they feel drawn right back to you. So again, it could be all of these emotions that come up for them very unexpectedly that they don't see coming. But this could also manifest in their behavior towards you as well. Like maybe they've already demonstrated that in certain ways where they appear to be very shocking, or they ended things quickly, or you saw a different side to them that you didn't see, or they've got a rebellious edge to them. Okay, something that kind of shakes things up, something that's maybe a little bit confusing at times, but also, again, unconventional, and what's this other word? Innovative. They might be naturally quite innovative as a person. They could be like a natural like scientist. Okay, this won't be for everybody, obviously, but it's about their brain. They've got a very, very powerful brain, which is why I feel like they overthink sometimes, which can be to their detriment. But the positives are, I feel like they're very intelligent and they've got a very unique perspective on the way that they think and the way that they look at things. And I feel like that may be something that draws you to this person as well, because you may also feel like you're that very same way with the way your brain works. Anyway, I'm going to leave the reading here. I really do hope that it resonates for you, Group 3. If it does, please comment a yellow emoji or anything else you wish to share. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, either an email reading or a video reading, the link to my website is below. And through my website, you'll also find the other services I offer, such as Feng Shui, home consultations, home energy clearing, remote Reiki sessions. All of these can be done remotely. We can connect on the Feng Shui consultation through video call. We'll go through your home. We look at the different areas that are associated within the home to different areas of your life. And then we work with the energies and the objects and the colors of your home to bring in the most harmonious chi energy. And it actually does help you to manifest certain things in your life as well, because each area of the home represents a different area of life. And so when you add that symbolism and energy towards that area of your home, it can help inject more of that manifestation power into that particular area of life. Now, I know this may sound all a bit confusing. If you have any questions about it, if you're interested, do send me an email at zenguidance11@gmail.com. But do refer to my website, as I do provide all the information within the description of each of my services. But like I said, if after reading it, you still have more questions before booking, please do send me an email and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay, I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.